Here's the million-dollar question. How do men like us reach our full potential and grow into the men we dream of being while taking care of our responsibilities, working, being good husbands, fathers, and still take care of ourselves? That's the question, and this podcast will help you with those answers. My name is Brent, and welcome to the Fallible Man Podcast. Welcome to the Fallible Man Podcast, your home for all things man, husband, and father. Big shout out to the Fallible Nation. You guys make these videos possible, so thank you for your love and support there. And welcome to our first-time listeners. My name is Brent. Today, my special guest is Jeff Lowe of Jeff Knows Inc. podcast, Canada's top entrepreneurial and entertainment podcast. Jeff, welcome to the show.
What is up, brother? How are you? Thank you for having me.
Man, I'm excited to have you on today. Thanks for coming on. I think we're going to have an amazing conversation.
Yeah, it's going to be tons of fun.
Jeff, I don't do big fancy introductions, and I can't talk today, apparently. Not enough coffee. But in your own words, who is Jeff Lowe?
Oh, Jeff Lowe. Jeff Lowe is complicated here, but Jeff Lowe is I'm a dad, a husband, a dad of two amazing children, 14, 16. I'm a husband for 19 plus years, been an entrepreneur for 26 plus years, author, podcast host, all around. I just am more into the serving and just helping as much as I can through the podcast, through the books, through everything like that. And just being, are you still there?
Still here.
Okay, just shut off the screen there for a sec. I apologize. But yeah, it's just in general, just all around, just here serving as much as I possibly can and giving as much as I can to my community as well.
And big congratulations, by the way. I saw your daughter just celebrated her 16th. Is that correct?
Time flies, buddy.
How you feeling, man?
Flies. Do you have children?
I do. I have a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Honestly, I was looking at my daughter on her 16th birthday, and I was just like, I could literally still see her in my arms. Like, where has the last 16 years flown by? And that's one thing I really talk about a lot is living with no regrets and really living in the present with your children. And it's something I'm really passionate about, and it's something I'm glad I've really implemented into my life because 16 years flies by. And if you go by stats, I mean, they say the average child, you have roughly about, if you're lucky, 80 to 90% of the face time before they turn the age of 18. And I'm looking at my daughter, I probably got a couple more years before she's off to college and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, where is the time gone? Yeah, she's an amazing kid, but it's been time absolutely flies by.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm at 10 and 7. I'm already going, but wait, I was just carrying your... And I'm blessed they're still at that age where daddy is still a rock star. So I come home, I'm get, hugs and they want to cuddle with me. And I'm loving that up because I know the other years to come.
My kids are 14, 16. We're still like that. Like
Yeah?
my kids, for my son's 14th birthday, my daughter's 16th birthday, my kids are workout fanatics and we got gym memberships. So they're my workout partners. We go to the gym together almost every day.
That's awesome.
I'm with them 24/7. Like yesterday, my daughter had a dance competition yesterday. So it was me and my son all day and we just hung out. We had the swimming pool. Morning to night, we're together. We're playing baseball. Like my kids we're a very tight-knit family and very fitness oriented family. So we're always doing a lot of activities together. So their kids, especially because they're so involved in activities, it feels like we're still, even my daughter, like at 16, like people look at her like, your daddy's a little girl. Like she's still we still have that very tight knit relationship, which is, I'm so grateful for. I'm trying to hold on as long as I can with it.
Oh, fatherhood goals, man. Trust. I hope my kids are still wanting to be that way as time goes by. Jeff, you are a best-selling author. You have a top end podcast. You do real estate, a sporting good company. I'm still doing my research here.
Yeah.
And you do business and personal coaching as well. What drives you? I mean, that's so much to take on.
It's a lot to take on, but I'm very organized. I mean, schedule is everything to me, and I'm very strong, and it's something I talk about a lot, is really locking your non-negotiables. So once you have your non-negotiables locked into your schedule, so I look at my schedule every single month, and I make sure my kids' schedule, their sporting events, time with my wife, time with the family, that's locked in. And then I'm able to filter everything in. And I really look and study my schedule on a monthly basis. And I look at what things in my life that shouldn't even be there. And I'm able to push away and kind of eliminate. And then I also, every month, 2 months, I actually take a look at my friend circle. And I figure out people in my life that really shouldn't, are taking up time and energy from me that I don't have, and I could really focus on something else. So I'm really dissecting my schedule on a regular basis because my schedule is so tight and so focused. It allows me to not feel like I'm so busy, even though I'm 24/7 going. And it allows me to lock in those times for myself because I'm a strong believer that you can do everything you want. If you don't actually like Oprah says, fill up your cup first and take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, physically first. You're not going to be able to overfill that cup and be able to serve everybody else. So because my schedule is so precise and tight, it allows me to actually really focus and really be able to do everything I want and not feel so overworked, overstructured. And then on top of it, everything I'm doing has an end goal. Everything I'm trying to work towards is that financial freedom. And the financial freedom allows me more time to spend with my loved ones. So I always have that in my mind that I'm working really hard between this time and this time. That's going to allow me the financial freedom to be able to take off this time and this time to spend with my kids. So it gives me that drive and that energy as well.
Can I dissect that for just a second here?
100%.
Dads, are you hearing what he's saying? Because I know one of the struggles for me as a dad has been, as I'm trying to build the Fallible Man brand and everything I'm doing with it. And we were talking before the show, it's very focused on helping other people, which I believe is a better purpose for most things anyways. But I still struggle with how much time it takes. A lot of time to build your own business. It takes a lot of time to build your own brand. And as a dad, I struggle with that sometimes. And I have to keep pushing back and going, we will get there. There's a building phase. We will get there where that enables me to have that more time with them. And I'm building towards that right now, not taking away from that. That's a really big struggle. I know for a lot of dads is we go to work and we're like, oh, we're losing all this time. If you're building towards how much, it's a weird trade-off.
Yeah, but I'm a strong believer. Like you hear guys like Gary Vee that you mentioned, you're going to go to his convention in a couple of weeks, that always talk you can't have balance between family and business, especially trying to build a business. I think that's bullshit. I believe you could have balance between both. And it's just really learning how to hone down and focus on your schedule because, and if there's different times, there's different motions where there's times when we will have more work, other times we'll have more family time. There's different schedules. That's understandable. But when we have less time with the loved ones, we have to make sure that time counts. We got to be present. For my kids, and I'm staying there for an hour with them, you got to turn off your phone. You got to be present. You got to look down at your feet and know where you are and make sure you're communicating, you're asking. And same with your spouse, your significant other, your partner, whoever you have. If you got half an hour a day just with them, make sure that half an hour counts. Ask them how the day is. Make sure you know what's going on with their life. So just making sure that whatever period of that month that you're going through, whether, I got a new project at work, I got a new product coming out, I'm doing a real estate deal, I'm really focused hyperly on my work right now to kind of financially get as much as I can out of this. Then I'm only going to have an hour or 2 hours with my kids. I'm really going to focus that time. When I'm with them, everything else is shut off. The phone shut off, internet shut off, the social media shut off, and I'm laser focused on spending that time with them. So if you could really understand that, to be present when you are with them, be present. At the same time too, when you're at work, be present at work. And learn how to separate them, you could have a balance between both. Like I said, sometimes you'll have more family, sometimes you have more work, but as long as you understand that when you were there, you're laser focused on that moment, everything else kind of comes together.
Can I ask you,
how
much screen time do you have going on in your house? I'm just curious.
You talk about screen time, like TV, video games stuff.
Yeah.
Not a lot, because my kids are ultra focused, and this is something we've adapted from a very young age, fitness and movement. And our kids get home at 14, 16, fight over the treadmill, not over a video game. They're really into focus. They want to, I'm from that age where I grew up in Toronto, Canada. When I get home, I'd grab a sandwich and ring outside to play ball hockey or play baseball. We were never home. We didn't have internet. We didn't have phones. And I've adapted that into my children's mindset, where they come home and they got the pool, they have basketball at the front of their little hoop, and they got their bikes. They're constantly doing something active, whether they're going to the gym, whether I'm taking them to a field and we're doing something, we're playing catch football. We're constantly doing something active, and their bodies have adapted so much to that in their mind, and they understand the importance of that. So now it's just becoming part of it. We watch TV, don't get me wrong, but it's more, very, very little. And my kids, even though we actually just bought a video game for my son for his birthday, we bought an Xbox for him. His birthday was April 19th. He's probably used it twice so far. The time we do have is usually more active or hiking or doing stuff as a family as much as possible, bike rides as a family. So the time we do have together, we're trying to multitask fitness and family time at the same time.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your show, Jeff Knows Inc.
The show just started as an outlet for me to network which is, it is as an entrepreneur, you're trying to network as much as you can. The more you network and network with the right people and build the relationships, everything grows. And that's how it all started with. And it started off as a network where I could just network with other entrepreneurs. The pandemic hit. When the pandemic hit, March 2020, my two main companies, the first company is called Kimura, where we design, manufacture, boxing, and martial art equipment. 95% of our business is wholesale directly to gyms. The gyms all closed down. We were like, okay, we're slowing down drastically. And then another part of our business, we have a lot of vacation rentals, and they're called short-term accommodation, STAs, and the government put a stop on those. So all of a sudden, our two main companies were really drastically slowed down. And instead of sitting back and just taking a deep breath and reanalyzing everything, I kind of went the opposite. I wrote a book, I started the podcast, I started more coaching, I started different ventures. And like I said, the podcast was just a building block of networking, and it slowly started getting into more just having fun conversations. And as they started building, we started getting higher level of celebrities and influencers and athletes, and it just grew from there. And this guy's taken a world of his own, which I never ever thought. We have just recorded the other day, episode 180. We're in season 9, and it's growing at such a rapid pace still. So I'm loving everything about the podcasting world. I'm loving and enjoying and having a ton of fun doing it right now.
I have, since I started podcasting, just because of these conversations, man. If nothing else, I would keep doing this. I always tell people, if you wouldn't do it otherwise, if you wouldn't do it if you don't get paid, you probably don't really want to do it for the right reason, right?
Yeah.
I haven't made hardly any money doing this, but I am having so much fun meeting other people like yourself and some of the other guests I've had on, and having these conversations. And it's just been incredible, the people you meet and the opportunities because of it. We were talking before the show about some of the guys we both interacted with and talked to, and just some amazing people. And I mean, you're in Toronto.
Yeah.
Without podcasting, we would never be having this conversation. We wouldn't get to know each other.
100%. It's changed. I always say too, the pandemic, the positive thing that we take out of the pandemic is it felt like it made the world a lot smaller. Mm-hmm. Through Zoom and the growth of all these online platforms. And it also sped up technology probably 8 to 10 years. I mean, if you look at your grandparents now using Zoom and all that stuff. So
right.
It's incredible how everything has just changed on the technical level, and how people communicate, and how the world has become so much smaller. Like we're exactly what you're saying. We're interacting like we would have never ever met without the podcasting world, right?
So I got to ask the heavy hitter question of the show. What is your favorite ice cream?
Oh, vanilla, just plain simple vanilla. I just the other day, it was like 9:30 and I was craving vanilla ice cream. I love my ice cream. I love my ice cream. I usually have a bowl of ice cream. Usually Monday to Friday, I'll have a bowl of ice cream every night. That's my go-to. I don't smoke. I don't drink. Give me a nice soup bowl full of ice cream in front of the TV late at night when everybody's asleep. I'm good as gold. It was like 9:30 at night. I look at the fridge. I'm like, we don't have ice cream. And I look at my wife. I'm like, I wanted to feel healthy. So we ended up walking for 35 minutes to the grocery store, bought ice cream, walked back 35 minutes, and then had my bowl of ice cream. Ice cream is my go-to, and it's definitely vanilla. I played around with, what is it called? Mint, chocolate mint. Mm-hmm. But vanilla is just plain simple. Vanilla is still my go-to.
Jeff, you mentioned that one of the things you work with dads on is being present and living life without regrets. Let's drill into what that looked like a little bit.
I mean, you always hear that most people on their deathbed, the one thing they always focus on is all the regrets, all the things they wish they did, all the moments they wish they took. And I had a couple of moments in my life that really, really altered and changed how I looked at life and the perspective of life. And one was my son. When my son was born in 2008, April 19th, he almost died at birth. And we spent the first 4 months of his life at Sick Kids Hospital. And when he was discharged, we forced the doctors to discharge him at 4 months. He was still 4.5 pounds, didn't swallow. He was using a feeding tube still. We still took him home. And he was diagnosed with CP, cerebral palsy, and we were told he'd be confined to a wheelchair. And that was a really aha moment in my life, where I looked at my son and I looked at my wife and I said, my biggest fear is waking up, I'm 55, 60, and looking at my son and thinking I didn't give him any opportunity, or the best opportunity that changes outcome. And that was that mindset where it altered to the no regrets, where I said, I got to do everything I possibly can. And fast forward to his 12th birthday, he went from possible wheelchair to AFO braces to running out of his braces at 12 years old. And the day before his 13th birthday, he ran his first marathon. And it's been this incredible journey of fitness and therapy and just so much love and attention that's helped him develop this way. But I had that mindset of I have to do everything I possibly can, and that living with no regrets. And that mindset has transformed into everything I do in my life, whether if there's an adventure I want to do, if there's that I have a relationship with and it kind of slipped away, I'll make sure I make that phone call. So I live with no regrets. And my father, just a little bit over a year ago, passed away. And that was another moment in my life that really, really shook me. I was the 45-year-old that would call my dad 3 times a day. We would talk on the phone all the time. We had an incredible relationship. And he didn't smoke, didn't drink, and he just had a massive heart attack and passed away. And I talked to him on May 6th at 10 at night. We'd call and say goodnight every night and have a conversation. And he was fine. And then I got that call on the May 7th, which was 6 in the morning. And they always say, if you get a call at 6 in the morning, it's never good news. And my father had passed away with a severe heart attack and had no chance to even make it to the hospital. And I did everything with my dad. I spent tons of time with my dad. But I still had all these regrets because there's so much more I still wanted to do with him. So as all these things started happening, I'm looking at other gentlemen. I'm like, and I'm talking, having conversations with other dads. And I'm like, a lot of people truly don't live with a purpose. They don't live to their max. They always have that business idea, but they never think it's the right time to do it. Or they have a broken relationship with a family member and they're always like, I'll wait till this time, or I'll wait till this event, and think something happens. I go, realistically, if we all lived in that mindset where we knew today we had 24 hours left to live, or we had a week left to live, what would you do? And if you had that mindset, because once you walk out of the house every single day and get in your car, you don't know if you're coming home. That's just the reality of life. So having that understanding of living with no regrets, you want to start a business, do it. You want to race a car, go do it. Find ways to do what you want to fulfill your life as much as you can, and especially with your loved ones too. I mean, do the max, spend as much time with them, make that phone call, take that time, because there is going to be a time when your parents are not around, or your grandparents are not around, or a loved one's not around. And then you're going to have those regrets the rest of your life. And I'm going to give you one little quick story. And this is something that bothers me so much till today. And it's been a year. It's been really, really hard driven in. Is my uncle, which is my dad's brother, and my dad. They had their only siblings. They had no other brothers and sisters. They had a really amazing relationship. And then something happened years back and they kind of split apart. And my uncle had done something to my dad. And my dad really, really got hurt. And he said, until your uncle apologizes, comes in person, apologizes, I'm not going to call him. And years went by. My uncle's very hard-headed, stubborn. He never made the phone call. And weeks would go by, months would go by, and I would constantly tell my dad, just call your brother, man. It's not worth it. Call your brother. I would tell my dad this all the time. And my dad, the hard European, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Wait till he comes. And when my dad passed away, it was during COVID. The funeral was very small, only a few people. My uncle wasn't even aware. Like, we hadn't talked to my uncle in a few years, and he wasn't even called. And then a couple of days later, when my dad passed away, for the first 75 days, I was so heartbroken. I went to the cemetery every single day, and I would sit there and for hours. And one day I got there a few days later, and there was a letter on his tombstone, and it was taped to his tombstone. And I opened it up and I read it, and it was my uncle. And my uncle, the letter was, I wish I'd done this when you were still alive. I'm so sorry for everything. And a full apology. And it killed me, because that's all my dad wanted. And if he had done that a few days before, that would have changed the world for my dad. So that's my mindset when you hear stories like that. And there's millions and millions in this world living with no regrets, doing the things that you know is right. Don't waste for the perfect time, because it's never the perfect time.
I lost my dad a little over a year ago. And I was very blessed. Him and my mom lived with me the last year of his life. So he was here. He passed in my home. And my mom still lives with us. But yeah, it drives home when you start losing those important people. It's like time is so small.
It's the only currency in this world we'll never get back. We can't make more of.
Absolutely. Guys, we've been getting to know Jeff a little bit in this first half of the show, and we're going to dig more into fatherhood and raising your kids. We're going to roll our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Jeff.
I'm calling on all men right now to stand up and stand against this horrific crime. It is estimated over 300,000 children are being sex trafficked in the United States alone every single day. I want you to get on your social media. I want you to follow savinginnocence.org or fightforme.net. Both these charities are working to end child trafficking in the United States and abroad. You can donate at www.thefallibleman.com/shop and buy our End Human Trafficking merchandise, and all proceeds will be given indefinitely to savinginnocence.org. You can also go to www.savinginnocence.org/donate and donate directly to Saving Innocence. Men, it is time for us to fight and stop this horrible thing known as human trafficking.
Guys, and we're back here with Jeff Lowe discussing fatherhood and raising kids. Jeff, what purchase of $100 or less have you made in the last year that's had the biggest impact on your life?
Oh, that's a hard one. I can't even think of something. Purchase $100 or less. I mean, it's more than $100, but I mean, could it be more than $100?
I try and keep it about $100. I'm trying to reach everybody, everyday Joe usable.
Oh, something usable. Okay. I mean, if it's personal, I mean, I spend years and years away from reading books and Audible. I subscribed to it in the last little while because it's given me an opportunity to start listening to books again. And I just finished off Atomic Habits, incredible book. So it's allowed me to, because I drive a lot. So we're doing a renovation at a property on a little beach house, and I'm up there twice a week. It's about a 5-hour drive back and forth. So now that time allows me to catch up either on a podcast or an audiobook. And that's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but never having the time to sit down for an hour to read. So now being able to do that, I think it's been such a great investment in myself. So I would say just a platform, a simple audiobook platform. There's tons out there. I think it's a great investment, especially if you don't have the time just when you're going to work on the way home. Kids are at a sporting event, you're sitting there, just listen to a book.
I would absolutely echo that. We're big fans of Audible here. In fact, I just finished Atomic Habits myself.
Oh, you did? Great book, huh?
Great book. Yeah, no, you never know the little things that are going to be effective, like, right?
Yeah.
You can see that? That's thinking putty.
Yeah.
Right? It's basically silly putty, but I'm a fidgeter. It's like $5-6, but it keeps me from like tapping on my desk when I'm recording and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you never know the little things that help people, right?
Yeah, of course. 100%.
So Jeff, you do coaching with dads and with small businesses, but we're going to focus on dads. What is the biggest common concern you see coming in with men on dad?
I think it's that balance between how do I balance spending time with my kids, being active with my kids, but allow myself to still grow a business. And when I could really get them to hone in and tone and really, really laser focus on their schedule and print out their schedule and study their schedule. I mean, study it on a regular basis. You realize quickly how openings start happening in your schedule, how you're allowed to move things together, how I have to multitask. Like I said, what I'll do is if I have, for example, 4 or 5 phone calls during the week, I'll book them all during my driving time. So I'm multitasking. So you really learn how to condense things and open up enough space. So now you could be a very active husband, father, and really, really learn how to, whatever time you do have, if you have a short time, like I said, be present, really learn how to be focused. I think that's the first key to doing it. And then from there on, there's tons of other little things that we could do that really, really allow them to live to the fullest and be the best dad they can, and husband or a partner as well.
I'm a big schedule guy. Focusing on my schedule has made such a huge difference in my life, and actually like putting down things. Like I felt really weird the first time I scheduled time with my kids.
Yeah.
Just blocked it out on my calendar. I'm like, this is their time. I felt really weird. It's like, am I screwing up this whole dad thing by having to do that to make sure that I'm getting the time with them? But now I've been doing it for a while now. And it's like, no, because I know on my calendar, no one can touch that time block. It is my children's time. Nothing else is important during that. Phone, emails, doesn't matter. And that has made such a huge difference in just trying to organize my life.
Yeah, it does feel weird when you first start doing it, because you're like, I'm actually locking in time to see them. But to me, you know that you were not going to be distracted at the time. If you lock it in and you know that your time is precise there, you're not going to be distracted. You're going to be able to be present. I think it's so valid and such a smart thing to do.
I was looking through social media and we talked about it a little bit. You said your kids are your workout partners. You got them gym memberships. That's awesome. So awesome. I can't wait till my kids are old enough to go to the gym with me. My gym does not allow anyone under 18, I think. So I may have to change gyms
Ours
before
are
then.
14 and up.
You're a big advocate looking through your Facebook and stuff for getting your kids into fitness and into a healthy routine. There are parents who are like, working out is bad for kids. Weights are bad for kids. I've heard that nonsense spouted so many times. What's your take on this?
I think it's all bullshit. I mean, you have to have that mindset. I mean, you're not going to put them in a situation where they're going to hurt themselves. It's movement, it's jumping, it's getting your body active, it's building the foundation. Like my background when I went to college was fitness leadership. So I have a background in fitness and I really utilize, I've had a gym before and stuff, but it's understanding just how important movement is and how important you're building these building blocks. A lot of kids where they're literally inactive, they're eating junk food all day, they're building all these fat cells. And then when they get past high school, it's a struggle for years and years, always at that yo-yo effect, gain weight, lose weight, and they're weight, because they haven't built that foundation. And it's also that mindset. It becomes part of your, I would say part of your DNA in a way. It becomes part of who you are. Understanding, I started working out when I was 16. I mean, there's times where I work out a lot more, there's times I work out a lot less, but I'm always somehow active. And I've been doing my whole life that if I don't do it, I feel like something's wrong, something's missing. Mm-hmm. And now when you're talking about, which is probably the biggest issue in the world now, especially during the pandemic, mental health, there's nothing that's more important to mental health than movement, activity, sweating, getting your body, going your body going. And I think it could be elastic bands, it could be in sports, it could be jogs, it could be bike rides, it could be just playing sport, it could be whatever it is, but get your kids active from a very young age. And my focus really started as my son, right? Because everything we had to do. So from, I would say 12 months old, we were doing therapy to his legs, therapy to his toes. And that also started to, let's do jumps, let's do hops. And then my daughter started getting involved. And that's how it all kind of began. They've been active since they were probably couple of years old. My daughter probably around 3, 4, my son around 1, and it's been steadily ever since. And it's just evolved. And now my daughter's like this kid, she goes to high school. She's in grade 10. She wakes up every morning, Monday to Friday, and on her own, in her bedroom, she does a yoga. She does a yoga video every single morning. She gets home, she does her treadmill, and then she's off to dance every night. And on weekends and once a week, we're at the gym lifting weights. So they love it so much that it's part of who they are. And I think if parents start at a young age, you're just doing so much positivity for themselves, for their self-image. When they get to high school, they're more confident, their ability to walk in a room with more confidence, all these things. And there's other things I do as well. I focus on public speaking with them. Mm-hmm. I focus on teaching them networking. I teach them how to sell, because I think sales are certain things. There's 3 things I think if every high school in North America or in the world taught our kids would be so much better and be better leaders, better entrepreneurs: is sales, networking, and public speaking. Those are 3 things that should be taught from a very young age. And that's just, no matter what you do in life, whether you're going for a job interview, whether you're starting a new product, whether you're trying to get a loan, you're trying to sell yourself. Mm-hmm. Public speaking is probably the most horrifying thing anybody could do. The most scary thing anybody could do is step on stage in front of 100 or 200, 1,000 people and talk. Being able to do that with confidence is such a powerful tool. And networking, just so we talked before this podcast, life's all about networking. Everything you do, whatever field you're in, you need to know how to network.
Man, that's been a hard lesson for... I'm fairly antisocial. I'm a homebody. So networking, I'm good one-on-one, but groups just freak me out. I'm fine speaking on stage, actually. I grew up doing public speaking. Yeah. As long as they're out there and I'm here, we're good. It's that whole mingling thing and networking that kills me. So I saw you post the other day about your kids painting all day on vacation, and you were talking about work ethic.
Yeah. You said my kids doing what on vacation?
They were painting or something.
Painting?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think which post that was. You sure that was me?
I'm pretty sure I was going through your profile.
It might have been an older one, but painting on vacation. Oh, you're talking about the vacation home.
Yeah, that.
Yes. We're building, like I said, we're building out okay, now I know which post you're talking about. I apologize. Like I said, we're building out another vacation home that's on a little beach house. And I get my kids, even anything I do, I try to get them as involved as I possibly can. So it's all about work ethic, right? Teaching them how to put in the work ethic, be able to put in the sweat equity. That's the easiest way to learn, is learning how to do sweat equity, how to save money, how to be able to build. And anything I do, like my kids, like they know how to use tools, they know how to paint or anything. I get them to do as much as I possibly can, because a lot of entrepreneurs, they get to a certain level of financial freedom and they look and be like, you know what? I did all these things when I was a kid. I had to work my rear off. I don't want my kids working. I'm the opposite. I make my kids work hard. My kids both know how to cook. They both know how to clean. They both wash dishes. They both do laundry. I get home and me and my wife get home and my daughter has dinner. A 6-year-old daughter has dinner ready for us most of the days. So it's being able to teach them that work ethic and teaching them that sweat equity, how important it is to build whatever they want to build. And I started that from a very young age. Whatever we do, I get them involved.
I'm a huge fan of teaching kids to cook.
Yeah.
Like I grew up cooking.
Oh, so did I. Like my dad, which is coming from a European family, I don't know how, if you know, like European guys are usually like work, come home, they want dinner served. My dad, when he first came to Canada, like came from Portugal. My grandfather had restaurants. My dad came to Canada. And the first thing he did was the first job he got here was chef. He was chef at a whole bunch of restaurants and hotels. So my dad, growing up, my dad would cook more than my mom at home. So I saw this. It was just part of doing, and I'm very comfortable cooking. Like I cook as probably as much as my wife. I love cooking. I was home all day with my son yesterday. I'm trying new recipes and trying different things. So I think it's such an important tool to have. And if you know how to do it, it's a fun thing to do as well, right?
And it sets your kids up for success too, right?
Oh.
How many young people can't actually cook these days? And that's part of this whole health crisis. We got people doing drive-through and takeout and microwave food. And
yeah.
Set them up for success, man. Teach them how to cook quality food and save their budget, save their health.
Yeah.
Incredible. Now, guys, if you're getting something out of this, be sure to do all the good social media nonsense that I hate promote. Be sure to click the like button, leave us a comment or review on whatever platform you're on, especially podcasts. That really helps us out. And guys, if you want to get more involved, you can hit us over on Patreon. My Patreons have direct access to supporting the show and to which direction we're going with the show, who we're going to talk to, what kind of things we're talking about. So if you want to get involved, head over to my Patreon and hook us up and join the movement of the Fallible Man. We love our supporters. They help us out and make these shows possible. Social media commercial over. Gosh, I hate that part. Let's talk the fatherless crisis. What do you think about the raising level of fatherlessness or absentee fathers? Like my conference I'm getting ready to do is about men stepping up and filling that role for young people who need it. What are your thoughts on this?
It is a dilemma. I mean, you're looking at having a strong male figure is so valid for the daughter and for the son, for both children. It's so hard nowadays for a single mom or a single father, a single parent to raise both kids because you're playing both roles. And especially now we're dealing with, you look at everything in life, the price of just living is going up so drastically quickly. So being able to, one, provide to your children. Second, being able to provide in both manners. A lot of kids, when they don't have that male role figure, they're searching for it, whether it's through television, through a movie. They're constantly trying to figure out how to find it. So there's tons of programs. Big Brother, Big Sister, I don't know if they have them in the US, we have them here.
Yep.
There's tons of programs that are so valid in at least giving some direction for the youth and giving some leadership, because a lot of kids, when they look to a parent, they're looking for obviously leadership. They're looking for guidance. They're looking for love, support. And when you have a single parent that's working so hard just to be able to provide, a lot of those other elements start falling off. So having both parents is so, so valid. And the reality is, I mean, relationships are hard. We all know that.
Oh, yeah.
In Canada, 3 out of 5 marriages end within the first 5 years. Those are stats. Entrepreneurs have a high rate of divorce. And so I'm a strong believer too, if the relationship is toxic, it's not good for the kids either. So I'm okay with the parents separating, but both parents need to still be involved, because at the end of the day, you've created this child. You need to be supportive and both be there. And you got to put your differences aside and focus on that child, at least till they're at the age to be an adult and make their own decisions. So I'm a strong believer that I have a really, really close friend of mine, Julian Elliott, and he's separated and he has 3 children with his ex-wife, but he's heavily involved, pays all his child support. So he's still being a strong father figure in their life. And I think it's so important for dads and moms, it's both, but especially dads, to make sure that even though you may not be in that marriage anymore, in that partnership, that you're still there as a supporting anchor for your children.
What are, just top of your head, 3 things that every dad should do with kids?
3 things that dad could do with their kids. I mean, one is definitely just being, going back to what I say all the time is fitness. I mean, being active with them, being able to do stuff that allow them to feel connected in the way that you're not really focused, just having fun, whether it's an activity or a sport or you're doing something. Another thing too is dads, as kids get older, they start to become more secluded, more away, more pushed away with social media, not wanting to open up. A lot of times what I found is with my children too, is if you do want them to have that open relationship and open talk, a lot of times when you're face-to-face talking to children, they won't open up. So what I like doing is just going for walks with them, going for a hike with them, side by side, and opening a conversation in that direction. So you're talking as friends, not as a dad face-to-face. I think that's a very powerful tool. And build memories. I mean, like vacation, do things that you're going to build so many memories and take so many pictures that one day that their memory bank is filled with so many great memories that one day when you're not here, they could sit back and talk about these to their kids one day. They could go back, and I'm a strong believer in developing pictures. I talk about this all the time. I talk about this in my book. A lot of people take pictures and everything's left on their phone. They're left in the cloud. They don't develop pictures. Anytime we go on a vacation, anytime we go on a trip, anything we do special, we take pictures, we develop them all. My wife builds a little scrapbook or a little photo album and leaves them there. You know how many times my kids on a Sunday night or Sunday afternoon, they're going through albums 5, 6, 7 years ago and sitting on the floor just laughing and going through these pictures and talking about memories. There's nothing that connects a story more than a photo. And I'll give you an example too. My dad passed away a couple of weeks later. We were at my mom's house, my parents' house, and we were just talking stories of my dad to my kids, and we're talking about how when he was in the army. And my mom came and brought the album and went through all these army pictures. And now all these stories have a visual to them. They all make sense. They connected my children to their granddad, to their grandfather at that moment. And I think having those physical pictures are so important. So parents out there, develop, because there's going to be a time one day those pictures are going to mean so much more.
Just going through the amount of backlog of digital photos I have, it was like, we never looked as opposed to photo album. That makes so much sense. Jeff, where's the best place for people to find you?
I'm mostly on IG. I'm on all the platforms. You go to my website, it's jeffreylopes.com. It's JeffReylopes. But the most you'd find is just IG. It's at Jeff Lopes, JeffLopes. And I answer all my DMs, and I try to, like I said at the beginning, add as much value. If I could help anybody, I will. Or if I could direct you to somebody that could help you, I will as well. So I appreciate all that.
You have an amazing Instagram following, by the way. I'm totally jealous. You guys got an amazing following. Really quality people.
I appreciate that. Yeah. It's networking, right? It's just all about networking and building relationships. Like now we'll connect, and I'm sure I'll pass people to you and you'll pass people to me. It's all about networking and building relationships, right? And when you do find good, you gotta keep that connection going. So a lot of people will do a podcast or do something and they won't really keep their relationship going. Everybody I've had on my podcast, they're in my phone Rolodex now. I'm able to contact them. Doesn't matter how big of a celebrity they are. I make sure they don't leave without giving me their phone number, and I text them to make sure it's a legit number before they leave.
Nice.
So
nice.
I do that, and like I said, we'll connect. I'll give you my phone number. We're done. We have a connection there, and you just build relationships like that. It's so important to just keep building strong relationships because you never know where they take you, right?
Guys, we're going to have all of Jeff's contacts, all those links in the description, in the show notes, whatever platform you're watching this on. What's next for Jeff Lopes?
Oh, there's always something. I mean, through the pandemic, like I said, I wrote the book, did the podcast. When my dad passed away, I wrote 2 children's books. I don't know if you're aware of that.
I saw that actually.
Yeah, we did 2 children's books. When my dad passed away, in memory of him, to keep his name going. And right now, I'm really like, my main company, More, is obviously our bread and butter. We do really well with it, but I love the real estate space. I love building, I love developing, and that's where we're putting a lot more effort into the real estate space and the commercial and vacation rentals and all that stuff, and just growing the podcast platform, see where it goes. Like, who knows where it goes? I mean, you just keep plugging away day by day, and eventually you cross your fingers, it'll eventually explode, right? And it's just a lot of work, a lot of effort, but at the end, I'm sure it'll be worth it.
Absolutely. Guys, you need to check out Jeff's podcast. He has talked to just some incredible guests and having amazing conversations. It's not all fatherhood stuff. There's a lot of very high caliber content on there. So check out his YouTube channel. I'll have a link for that as well. And get to know Jeff, see what's going on with him. Guys, as always, be better tomorrow because of what you do today. And we'll see you on the next one.
This has been the Fallible Man Podcast, your home for everything man, husband, and father. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a show. Head over to www.thefallibleman.com for more content and get your own Fallible Man gear.